Right, question 8a. Now some of you will have noticed there was an error in this question. You didn't point it out when you answered it in class, but you might have spotted it. So if we look at this equation here, we've got hydrogen peroxide goes to hydrogen peroxide plus half oxygen. That doesn't make sense. It's not a balanced equation. Now if you use this equation in the exam, I gave you credit for it, but I'm going to go through the correct version. So we should have had the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide to water and some oxygen. Now we're not given any structures in this. They expect you to know most structures, particularly ones like oxygen and water. But you know that they did give you hydrogen peroxide just for them to be clear, which was nice of them. So I've drawn them out to help me when I'm looking at my bond making, bond breaking, and there's nothing wrong with you doing this. Examiners will be quite chuffed to see you being methodical. They can't give you bonus points for it, but they'll be quite pleased. So let's look at all the bonds that are being broken. Let's remake that slightly. That's going to be all our reactants being broken here. So I've got a hydrogen-oxygen bond, and I've got two of those. So that's going to be 2 times 463, which equals 926. And I've got left over an oxygen-oxygen bond. I've only got one of those. So 1 times 146 equals 146. Nice and straightforward. And that gives me a total of 1072 kilojoules per mole. On the other side, we've got our bonds being made. So we've got two OH bonds. Doesn't matter which way around you write it. So I've got the same values I had last calculation, 926. And then I've got a oxygen double bond, and I've only got half of that. So I'm going to do half times 496. So that should give me 248. If I tally that up, I get 1174 kilojoules per mole. Okay, now people made silly mistakes when they're doing their tallies. It's normally on this one that most you get what you're meant to do. You'll just do a basic typo. So we're going to do bonds broken minus the ones made. So our delta H equals 1072 minus 1174, and that equals 102 kilojoules per mole. This was a 3-mark question. If you got minus 102, you would have only got 1 out of the 3 marks available.